When we open our mind, we let consciousness in. The mind become a servant to the consciousness. And we have this control, mind control society, which is unconsciousness. Free yourself from the domination of the mind. The awakening is happening everywhere. Consciousness is the word I'm using for who we really are. All it is and has been and ever will be, and consciousness have an experience within this reality that we chooses to. It's very similar if you want to go to the internet and sit on a chair on an empty desk. You need a conduit, an interface, and through which you can access that collective reality called the World Wide Web, and it's called a computer. And what consciousness does is the same thing. It's the fantastic, most sophisticated way, based on what we call the biological computer. Body has its interface, and the body is the medium energy for you, for the mind. And for there, it's very far, because for me to understand this, we talk about his mind, my mind, her mind. No, I'm talking about the universe mind, the interface of between consciousness and this reality. It can be a bank over here and the agent over there, but the same mind is there. But the private level that pulling us down in the interception into the ver code of the interface of the mind and out of consciousness. And what's happening now, and bar changes taking place in this vibrational reality, which is helping people to open their mind to consciousness, and therefore people are waking up. That's how you receive knowledge. When you start to receive knowledge from the Most High in the consciousness of the universe, it doesn't have to be in the book, it doesn't have to be in the internet. It is in the consciousness. And the universe can easily download it to you in this mind of consciousness. And the mind is a very good thing, but we can use it to interact with this reality. And the mind of what we call a thought, which is a very low level of perception. Consciousness operates through something I called Norway. The Norway is the etheric chord way that working out in the consciousness of a state of awareness. You will go to a place to a silent and interacting with mind, and that what the chess result has out of the body experience. And we live in a world, and we live in a world of things, and everything is a constant noise, but that not the primary reality of who we are, of consciousness. It's silence. It doesn't have to work things out. Only a thing. Silence is nothing, and yet everything comes out of silence. What consciousness is all possibilities, all potential, and in the silence there's potential and all possibility. That's why silence is important, through sound and one possibility of all possibility. And now the reflex is what we have silence. When start talking, the noise comes out of the silence, but the silence back into the silence. And it's the same in the inner space. It's nothing. Reality is things. But what defines this reality is not as the thing, the sits of the ceilings. What defines it is the all thing. And in the realm of things, things come out of nowhere. And that's what's happening when we die. We born out of nothing, and then to the things, and the body goes to the nothing. And this is stressing people out nowadays in the permanence of the word of things, when the word of things is by definition totally impermanent. Impermanent is the nothing, the silence, the consciousness, which is what always will be. And when we come in the mind, and if we come in, hold that connection to consciousness, then we are in this world, and we can use the mind to interact with it by our point of observation that is beyond it. And this is from the point of view we can observe all the codes in it. If we lose connection with the consciousness, we will lose reality. and we will lose awareness. If we lose awareness, we're totally disconnected from the universe, which is the most high. In this vibration, in knowingness of the consciousness, I'm getting a fix on who you are in the true nature of reality. So where did we get it from? Who define things and who control that information? It's control of media, there's control of location, there's control of religion. But who control the consciousness? The mind control. Society can't control consciousness. Consciousness is infinite. It's like an ocean, the everything. The mind of consciousness, which is much more concentrated and static and limited from this conscious that we call mind and thought. We call it intellect too. We live in a society that worshipped the intellect. We worship intellect. We reward intellect, and we laugh and ridicule at those who come from a position of consciousness, because intellect cannot even get the mind of the consciousness and perspective of consciousness, which where it's coming from. When we open our mind and we let consciousness in, the mind become the servant to consciousness, and the governance and the perception, and that's the state of more people start to get into too, and that's the perception of reality of transforming. An amazing world around us. This awakening is happening everywhere, and the question is, are we going to be consciousness, or are we gonna be limited mind? Are we gonna come from the perspective of daily existence, or little me? I am all that consciousness, or I'm little me perception? Ramana Maharshi, like he is, spend all his life meditating. What it did, it made him see in 3 different dimensions of consciousness, and which got in meditation. You are originally unlimited and perfect. Later on, and comes your mind become imperfect, and you will start to see the gate to open that door, which is come into a relation to realize the true nature of your reality. And the mindset said the human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, part into time and space, experiences himself, our thoughts and feelings, and that's something separated from the rest, a kind of a mind delusion of consciousness. And that exactly what it is, of an optical illusion. It's not just fear of our mind, it's freeing from the fear of our mind as being ourself, of the domination of mind, of domination of the sense of perception, and going beyond the rules and of being conscious. What we call the rules and laws of physics are the rules of limitation, come from mind. Consciousness, when you get really into consciousness, that you overcome the illusions of the laws of the 3D reality. And because we've been manipulated to forget that, we live in a world of enslavement and imposition, and we realize who we are. These days, we are now beginning to realize who we are. We are infinite consciousness, infinite awareness, with an eternal soul that never dies.